Hello friends, I am Dr. Drameypusalkar, consultant psychiatrist in Thane, and this is the second video in the series of schizophrenia facts. So today, in this video, we are going to talk about delusions in schizophrenia. So we are going to talk about what are delusions, what are types of delusions, and I'll make a brief attempt to make you understand the process of formation of a delusion. Okay, friends? So let's see what is a delusion. So, have you ever heard someone talk something really senseless, and in your mind you have said, is this man gone insane or is this person delusional? What is he talking about? See, if you have a certain good idea of what a delusion is. Because in technical terms, we define a delusion as a false, firm, unshakable belief held with so much conviction that it is still held even if there is evidence presented against it. So, even if you give an objective evidence to the person against whatever he is believing, he still holds that belief with conviction and thinks that it is true. There are different types of delusions. This discussion I am restricting to delusions that are found in schizophrenia because delusions are a very prominent symptom in schizophrenia, and also to the two most common delusions that are found in schizophrenia. The one is delusion of persecution and the other is delusion of reference. So, a delusion of persecution is a delusion in which the person believes that, of course, falsely, and it is not real, but the person believes that there is someone out there that is going to harm that person. A person, an agency, or a different group of people, anybody, it can be any person. Delusion of reference is uh, in which the person thinks that when people are looking at him, they are meaning something, or they are looking at him even if they are not, or if they are looking at him, they're talking about that person, and they have some malicious intent about him. So that is delusion of reference. So, friends, what happens in schizophrenia is this delusion becomes the most important belief that is held by the person, and the entire world revolves around that belief. So the entire reality is changed into a different reality based on the delusion that is formed in schizophrenia. And once the person is convinced enough, or the anxiety levels are so high, then the person also starts to act on that belief. And this gives rise to the abnormal or deviant from normal behavior that is seen in schizophrenia, which is termed as madness by some people. But let me tell you, friends, persons with schizophrenia are not less intelligent than normal people. In fact, most of people with schizophrenia have good intelligence. Friends, what makes these people or people with schizophrenia believe such irrational stuff that they behave in an irrational way? So, friends, let me tell you the process or the psychological process of how a delusion is formed. To understand that, let's imagine a situation. Now imagine that you are in a room, and that room does not have any windows. It has a single door through which you came in, and now it has stuck shut. There is a single light bulb in that room which goes off while you're trying to unjam the door after 5 minutes of you coming into the room. Now there is total darkness in the room, and you are in the room, and you're still trying to figure out a way to get out of that room. And with each passing minute, you start getting anxious, the anxiety increases, you start becoming scared, you're trying to get out of that room, anxiety is building, there is fearfulness, and in this situation, even a drop of water, the sound of a drop of water will startle you. Even if you step on a rope, you think that it's a snake. Imagine things because the anxiety is so much. Now imagine that a person goes through this for a number of months. Now, because of certain neurochemical changes in the brain, there is so much confusion and so much anxiety building up in the mind or in the brain of a patient with schizophrenia that things just lose their meaning. Things start losing their real meaning. Everything becomes shaky. The patient doesn't really understand that the grip over reality starts to loosen. It's like being trapped in that kind of a dark room. Instead, he's trapped in his own life. So ultimately, in such kind of an environment, when someone points at a person who is in that stage in the developing period of schizophrenia, the person thinks that yes, he's pointing at me, but why is he pointing at me? The person might be a friend or might be an acquaintance, but the patient or the person is so scared and so anxious that the only meaning that is going to come out of anxiety is that is a threat. That person pointing at me is a threat. So that thing happens over and over again. Some people will look at you. You go through a street or you're walking downstairs, people will look at you. And then if you're so anxious and fearful and scared, then you will take their gaze as something like they are keeping an eye on you. So the state that their mind is in compels them to make these meanings out of normal situations. And gradually, thought after thought, thought after thought, incidences after incidences, all these things get compact and they form a delusion of persecution. They really believe that someone is going to harm them. So, friends, this all happens because of changes in neurochemicals in the brain, but roughly, I have made an attempt to make you understand how a delusion is formed and what kind of situation or what kind of state of mind a person with schizophrenia has to go through. Okay, so friends, if you like this video and if you have understood the explanation, please hit the like button and do subscribe for more videos.